Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is GS Amplifier,
And I'm GS Cairo again.
and welcome back to the PGS Spring Season 2015. We just saw the previous game that was IPT Blue versus Pacific Esports, and Pacific Esports did take that first game of this best of two. So we're gonna see how this turns out. Is it going to be a sweep for Pacific Esports? Going to be a 2-0, or will IPT Blue be able to get their revenge to make it an even draw for the standing? So again, if that's 2 wins for Pacific Esports, they get 3 points into the standing, but if it's a draw, they each get 1 point. So we're going to be moving into the game fairly soon. So here's the standing so far. So that's Pacific Esports again did get just 1 point for that previous game. We're going to see if they will be able to secure 3 points, or will Imperium Pro Team Blue get 1 point for themselves. So let's have a little bit of a discussion about what just happened in the previous game. So we were having a discussion earlier about what just happened in that previous game. So Kyrie, what do you think was the major point in that game? Like, how did Pacific Esports, what was the major point in how they won that one?
I think it's more on the vision control, map control generally speaking. Kasi kanina napakaganda ng warding na ginagawa ng Pacific dun sa jungle nung IPT Blue. And yung vision ward na yun, in that
Yes.
Near the red buff. Grabe,
The everlasting vision ward.
Sulit na sulit yung 100 gold nila dun, I swear.
Alright, so we're now moving into the game. We're seeing actually the exact same bans from Pacific Esports earlier. That's an Azir, Seraph, and Maokai. And for Imperium Pro Team, they did again ban the Thresh and the Jarvan, but they actually banned the Syndra this time. Possibly a target ban onto Oni.
Yeah, kasi we saw earlier yung threat ni Syndra, diba? We saw her getting the priority. She's the priority of all the members of IPT Blue na kailangan i-burst down nila agad
Yes.
yung Syndra. And because of that, medyo na-distract sila. And the other members were able to, when they were focused on killing Syndra, they were able to CC and hit them so hard that Pacific won those clashes.
So really great performance from
Yeah.
Oni earlier on that Syndra. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see first pick coming in there. We actually have a Cho'Gath now. He was banned earlier, but now Imperium Pro Team is actually gonna take him. He did get buffed actually in this patch, 4.21 patch. Using his ult, you can actually reduce his cooldown reduction, I believe, if you eat a minion or a monster.
I think it's reduced to half.
Yeah, so definitely something to see. We haven't seen Cho'Gath actually.
Yeah, that's why I
recently.
think that's why he was banned earlier.
Yeah.
To be, to prevent them from
Yes.
using that.
So possible performance, great performance coming here from Cho'Gath. We're gonna see if he takes the jungle or the top lane, because there is also a Pantheon there. So we're gonna see where he lands. A Wukong. Actually, haven't seen him as well that much.
Pero I think it's picking up in terms of getting picked. Kasi I've seen a couple of games in the Philippine scene where Wukong is used as a jungler. And it's quite effective din naman, as long as he gets support from his teammates.
Alright, so actually, yeah, great CC coming in
Yeah.
from that ult.
Yeah, great. Just get those picks and you'll be fine with Wukong.
Yes. Alright, so we're actually seeing a possible Lissandra again. Still a very staple pick actually in the top lane recently. Very strong performance so far. And a possible Blitz as well.
Yeah, I mean, Astarte is known, is famed for
Yes,
his Blitz grab.
famous Blitz
Yeah.
hooks.
I remember watching Season 2 with Astarte in MLE. It was awesome. I mean, he was one of those people I look forward to watching before.
Alright, so definitely something to anticipate. Those
Yeah,
great
yeah.
Blitz hooks. And, actually a Leona locked in there. She was used, I believe, last week during the GPL.
Yeah, I mean, Leona is getting picked up more often right now with the Graves Leona combo. Usually.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Very, very formidable combo in the bot lane.
Yes, great burst and pick potential.
Yeah,
down
and damage
there.
output coming from both the ADR and Leona. Great
Yes.
synergy.
Great burst damage.
Yeah.
Actually a LeBlanc locked in there. Quite a popular pick actually recently. She's been rising into the meta quite frequently. And we're gonna see how Trace handles that LeBlanc pick. We're gonna see possible counter pick maybe. Or will Lissandra take the mid lane?
I think Lissandra would be taking the top lane. I think they're pondering on who to pick in the mid lane to fight against LeBlanc.
Ooh, Victor!
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely an
Victor.
interesting pick if this does get locked in. Not
Yeah.
a common pick. He did get a rework sometime before. Actually, a visual update. And
Yeah,
just
visual
like
update.
rework,
Yeah, slight rework too.
So, very interesting pick actually. Although, if he does not lock that in, I think that could be a pretty difficult matchup
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, he would have a hard time against LeBlanc. But
Yeah. But never mind.
Yeah, never
Changes
mind.
his mind. He goes over to that Fizz. Pretty even matchup, I think. Fizz is fairly strong in that early game.
But then we see here a Cho'Gath, a Pantheon, and a Leona coming from IPT, and we know that Fizz has that extreme burst damage, and the damage output is crazy. It's insane. So, but then IPT has that 3 champions who have hold. I think four champions who have hold. So I think it would be very difficult for Oni to
to make picks.
Yeah, to make picks.
Yeah. So they have locked in all of their champions again. This is Imperium Pro Team Blue against Pacific Esports. We've got Teru in that top lane as Cho'Gath, Rebenga in the jungle as Pantheon, Trace in the mid lane as LeBlanc, Arkin and AGZY in the bottom lane with that Corki and Leona. Meanwhile, and Pacific Esports.
For Pacific, we have Nids on that top lane Lissandra. We have Batum on that jungle Wukong. We have Oni in the mid lane with Fizz, and Luxurian Astarte in the bot lane with Lucian and Blitzcrank.
Alright, so those are the champions. What can we say actually about this team composition? Earlier we saw a very heavy team fight composition coming in from Pacific Esports with the Gnar, but seems a bit different this time from Pacific Esports. So,
I think I'm liking the lineup of IPT right now with that Corki and Leona bot lane, as well as a Cho'Gath in the top lane. Interesting. It's an interesting pick because Cho'Gath hasn't been seen in the scene for quite some time right now.
Yeah.
And I really want to see how Teru handles Cho'Gath in the top lane. So, and LeBlanc also, because LeBlanc is picking up in the scene, and it's a matchup against Fizz. We've seen this a couple of times in some tourney fights, and we'll see who's going to be better in using their champions. Will it be Trace in that LeBlanc or Oni in that Fizz in the mid lane?
Indeed. It is quite an interesting matchup actually here in this mid lane. Oni was a disputed best mid laner in the Philippines back some time ago. Yeah. So definitely showing that he's still got it in this season. So
trying to prove himself to be one of the still top mid laners in the Philippines.
Yes, definitely. We're gonna see if Trace will be able to handle all of that previous talent that we've seen from Oni in that mid lane. So in terms of team composition, so it seems like there's a lot of pick potential coming from both teams. Really early game.
Yeah, but then I think Pacific has the advantage in terms of picking because they have a Blitzcrank, they have a Lissandra, and they have a Wukong, as well as a Fizz.
Yeah, Blitz, Astarte known for those Blitz hooks, so definitely a dangerous team comp coming in here from Pacific Esports.
Exactly.
So we're moving into the game quite soon. We're going to see how these teams handle this new 4.21 patch. Again, Cho'Gath possibly arising because of that change, because of those changes from that patch.
We'll see how he adapts in the current meta.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I want to look at this top lane match as well. How do you think Cho'Gath would do against Lissandra?
I think it would be a difficult lane for Cho'Gath, but then he has that sustain in the lane. If he gets enough creep kills to sustain himself in the lane and stay long enough to prevent Nids from farming, I think it would be early game. It would be lean towards to Lissandra, knowing that she's a poke champion and very strong early game potential. But then if in the mid game Cho'Gath gets bulk, I think it would be leaning towards Teru.
Yeah. So we'll see if Teru will be able to withstand that early game poke coming from Nids in that top lane. So we're gonna. Oh, these are our fellow players. So we're moving into the game quite soon. Gonna see how these players approach this match. If there will be any early game kills possibly coming in. How do you think? Do you think they'd pull off a early game level 1 clash or passive start like earlier in game 1?
Maybe Pacific would be trying to start it off because they have a Blitzcrank, so they have that early game potential, to 5v1 someone.
Yes.
But I'm not sure. We'll see how they will play out with that Blitzcrank and that team comp as compared to the IPT Blues team comp right now. Also, I would like to remind you guys that we have a watch and win promo.
Oh yes, definitely.
Later on after this game, we'll have a question for you, and first 5 commenters with the correct answer will win 500 RP.
Yes, so look, just wait over after this second game, we're gonna be posting a question on Facebook, and again, like Kairu said here, the first 5 commenters on that question will win 500 RP.
Yes.
So definitely exciting to receive that because a lot of new skins have been coming out recently.
Exactly.
We've seen actually Winter Wonder Oriana has been released in the PH scene, and soon enough, Blood Moon skins are gonna come out. The Blood Moon Thresh.
Yeah, that's a nice skin, Blood Moon Thresh.
Yes, definitely some great bot lane looks down there, and if you pair it with a Blood Moon Callista, that would be the dream bot lane. So we're gonna see. All right, so do grab that chance to win 500 RP. We're moving into the game now. It is gonna be IPT Blue versus Pacific Esports, again, we're gonna see if we see any of those level 1 early engages. Like Kyrie said, Pacific Esports actually in that has the Blitzcrank, so possible deadly hooks coming in from them early on in this game.
Okay, so can you break down the IPT Blues team?
Alright, so for IPT Blue again, we have in the top lane Teru as Cho'Gath, Rebenga in the jungle as Pantheon, Trace in the mid lane as LeBlanc, and Arkin and AGZY on the bottom lane with the Corki and Leona. And for Pacific Esports,
So
we have
Lissandra top, we have a Wukong jungle, we have a Fizz mid, we have a Lucian and Blitzcrank in the bot lane. So we can see an aggressive play coming from Pacific right here.
Yeah, we're seeing all members of Pacific Esports moving into the bottom lane, but Arkin actually spotted them out, so he will be placing a ward there just to keep themselves safe. Meanwhile, IPT Blue actually moving to the top area of the map, but actually just going to place a ward there. Seems like another passive start again from both teams.
Yes, so that was a early game gank prevented by Arkin right there.
Definitely.
Early spotted, they spotted a starter early, so they weren't able to pick someone off easily in this second game between IPT Blue and Pacific Esports.
Right, so again, pretty passive start so far. Lissandra just recalling and going back into the top lane. No lane swaps, but I don't think it'd be needed because Lucian and Corki scale pretty evenly into that mid game. So not going to need to pull off any lane swaps in this game.
Yeah, but then what we've recently seen in the GPL, a lot of Lucian and Corki fights in the bot lane, and Lucian almost always wins that lane.
Definitely. We've seen a lot of, I believe, I forgot which game that was, but we did see Lucian pick almost 3 times consecutively.
Yeah.
And he won.
Yeah.
Every match
Corki. Lucian gets picked, he wins against Corki.
We're gonna see if Corki will be able to withstand that bottom lane matchup together with that Leona, because that is not a common pick. We're gonna see if Leona will be able to carry Corki past that early game of Lucian.
But then Leona is a common counter pick against Blitzcrank, because once Blitzcrank hooks, Leona would be baiting herself into that hook so that it would be an easy close. She would easily close the distance between them and CC them out.
Definitely. So I guess it's all a matter of who goes first
Yeah.
in that bottom lane. Gonna see how these things turns out. So pretty standard itemization as well. Although I do want to point out that previously, before patch 4.21, everyone was picking up a Ranger's Trailblazer, and then we saw earlier in the first game that they decided to both go for a Stalker's Blade instead.
Because they nerfed the Ranger's Trailblazer, and that CD reduction on Ranger's Trailblazer really meant a lot in the 4.20 patch. However, it was nerfed, so the cooldown of Smite will be the same for Ranger's Trailblazer. Effectively, nababawasan yung kanyang potential.
Definitely. So, kaya na sila Kyro, nababawasan talaga ang clear time ng mga junglers dito sa 4.21 patch. So, gonna see, Rebenga actually getting a little bit low there, but he is gonna take down that red buff. So far, no one. Actually, yes, definitely Wukong taking that Stalker's Blade, like we said. So, definitely one of the staple itemization picks for the junglers so far. So definitely a lot of hope coming in from Lissandra, like we said.
Grabe, hinaharas niyo na si Teru, no? Parang inaabusan niya ng early game potential niya. So we can see that Lissandra leads by a few CS compared to Teru early on in this game.
Yes.
So makikita natin ang early game presence ditong si Nids dito sa top lane.
Kaya nga sinabi natin kanina, mahirapan talaga itong si Cho'Gath sa top lane kasi early on, Lissandra, very strong pick in that early game with her ice shards, I believe.
Yes, napalakas ng poke niya.
Yes.
Although
so far, it seems like Arkin is doing pretty well so far. No early hook, but the hook does come in from Astarte onto Arkin. The heal is actually going to be forced there, and they are going to disengage. But that exchange was definitely in favor of Astarte. He actually popped the heal in a few seconds.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a disadvantage coming from IPT Arkin because he popped this heal. So therefore, any ganks coming from Wukong early on in this game would be beneficial to Pacific. Kasi since it would be easier.
Yes,
wala na siya
definitely. So any other hook coming in from Astarte, and that will be a disadvantage coming in here from IPT Blue without that heal. Although we actually see Wukong camping onto this top lane. We don't know, he's actually gonna recall, or is he gonna stay? He is actually gonna pop that envy. He is gonna close in onto Teru. The Stalker's Blade active comes off. Teru using that knockup to disengage, and that is gonna be a flash pop from Teru. with that gank.
So napakagandang gank coming from Batum right there. Exposing Terry is exposing that area, having no wards in the bush, and someone I think Rebenga just placed a ward over there right now, and because of that, he spent his flash. So it would be Pacific has an advantage in terms of ganking the top lane, so we can see an engagement.
Ooh, actually an engage coming from AGZY, closing the gap between him and Astarte, but AGZY getting quite low. A little bit of miscommunication here. Arkin quite far. He is gonna disengage there, and that was a bit of a questionable engage there coming in from AGZY.
Yeah, I think because he was that was what I was saying earlier. Na parang kapag nahook sa AGZY, magka-counter engage siya. Pero I don't think Arkin was did a bit of a miscommunication for IPT. So hindi siya nakapag-engage agad, therefore making AGZY soak up some damage coming from IPT.
Arkin didn't seem to look ready for that bottom lane clash there.
So. But who was ready for that Blitzcrank hook?
Yeah, definitely a lot of on-point hooks coming in from Astarte. Like we said, he is known for those deadly Blitzcrank hooks. Meanwhile, Terry is still receiving a lot of poke there in that top lane. Oop, hook actually misses for the first time in this game, landing on that savior minion. So far, in terms of gold, not a huge gold lead to be had yet.
Yeah, it's just still balanced early game.
Definitely a passive start here, although there have been a lot of hooks and flashes in that bottom lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, things are looking quite bad here for Trace. Actually, Oni with a slight advantage there. He does have that Sheen now, and he actually grabbed the Crystalline Flask first, so I think that helped him out with sustain. Ooh, but a possible clash here! The ult from Oni lands onto Trace! He's gonna get snared though! The first blood goes to Oni, and the Ignite actually will not be enough to finish him off.
So gusto talagang patunayan ni Oni na isa pa rin siya sa pinakamatitinding mid laner sa Philippine meta right now. And there, he just proved it to us na parang he still got it. Now having a 1v1 against LeBlanc IPT Trace, and he got the kill.
Yes, so definitely that first blood is going to help out Oni, definitely showing that he still has that skill in this season. Ooh, but the stun coming in from AGZ. Why will there be any follow-up? Arkin actually quite far. He is going to come in with a Zenith Blade. The Phosphorus Bomb goes down, putting some damage onto B2, but Astarte is going to knock up AGZY. The teleport coming in here. It doesn't seem like he's going to make it though. Rebecca trying to do what he can. The Zenith Blade once again, and he re-engaging onto Astarte. The teleport coming off from Nids there. She is going to ult herself though. They are trying to take down Rebecca here. He gets quite low. He's going to go down. Nid secures the kill. Arkin is going to get focused next. The Lissandra Claw is going to come in, but it's not going to be enough. Valkyrie away, and that is going to be 2 kills so far for Pacific Esports in this game.
So great team fight coming from Pacific right there. I mean, the response was just on point. Kasi I think they tried to bait out that teleport coming from Teru, and when they saw that everyone was there from IPT, they decided to counteract, and they know that they would win in that team fight because they had that Lissandra against that Cho'Gath. Diba?
Yes, but oh, the Dragon actually goes over to Pacific Esports. Not much that IPT Blue could do. The hook barely misses there again from Astarte, but so far Pacific Esports is definitely in the lead. That a kill did go to both Fizz and Lissandra so far in this game.
And we both know that fat carries from the top lane and the mid lane would definitely make an impact in this game.
Definitely some that great teleport coming in from Nids, and then she ults herself, so they did get a good advantage there so far in this game. How do you think this lead so far is gonna... Ooh. Oh, nope, not gonna be a crash down there in that bottom lane. Again, like I was saying, how do you think these early 2 kills are gonna affect the game?
I think it would affect the game greatly since it was Nids and Oni that got the first 2 kills, and those kills matter a lot if you're a carry, because you would use that gold you earned from the kills to get some items and try to snowball and to carry your team to win.
Ooh! We actually see Grump finish off Wukong there, but Nids is gonna try to escape from this top lane clash. Rebenga trying to put down a gank in that top lane, but he is actually going to disengage. Great escape there coming in from Lissandra. I'm not so sure what happened with the Grump there.
I'm not sure. I think he was trying to kill the Grump and then miscalculated the attack animation.
Possibly,
so
yeah.
Or maybe he was watching the top lane.
Possibly. We don't know what happened there, but Grump gets the kill. Gonna help him to scale into that late game. So, yeah, we're gonna see how Grump deals with that kill so far. Alright, so
that would be Grump 1 against Pacific 0.
Yeah, so Grump winning this matchup so far. Alright, so 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes into the game so far. So that first dragon did go to Pacific Esports at almost 10 minutes into the game. For those who don't know, the dragon buff was slightly changed in this patch, so from 8% it's now down to 6%, 80 and AP. But still, definitely gonna help out these laners so far in this early game.
Yes. Okay, so I forgot to mention earlier about the Wukong play.
Oh, but actually, Trey's getting dived down here. She is gonna pop that passive, but she is gonna actually be able to disengage there. Oni not able to finish her off. Rebenga gonna come in to try and fend them off, and that is gonna be a disengage, but so much damage coming in from Oni right now.
Yeah, because he has that Sheen.
Ooh! We actually missed a clash down there. Corki was able to take down Astarte. Now it's only the two ADCs left. Luxuria is getting quite low. The Valkyrie is gonna be popped there. Arkin trying to finish him off. The ult misses, and that is gonna be a 1-for-1 exchange. Both supports going down in that bottom lane. Ooh, but another clash here once again. Boom, B2 is actually gonna pop the ult. This is getting quite low. Teru barely able to finish him off. He's able to actually take him down. B2 finishing off for the revenge kill though, and that is gonna be another clash there in that bottom lane. In that top lane.
So that was, I think the top gank was in the advantage of Pacific because they got a kill and an assist as well.
Yes.
So also in the bot lane, great mechanics coming from Luxuria. I mean, that dash in the bush and then flash, instant flash away. Wow, that was sexy. That was sexy.
So great clash there in that top lane. Nid's just showing that she's got moves too, not just Oni. She's got some moves too.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Oni just clearing out some vision there, possibly to keep any picks happening. Dragon quite far right now, so no objectives to be taken. Astarte gonna land the hook onto Rebenga. Oni coming in with the assist as well. He's gonna land the ult onto Rebenga, and that kill actually is gonna be taken by Astarte. But although we would have preferred for it to go to Oni, still a kill in that bottom lane.
Yeah, kill is a kill.
Yes.
And yeah, even though it didn't go to Ani, it's still a gold advantage for Pacific.
Yeah, so another pick once again for Pacific Esports. Again, those hooks showing themselves to be really deadly so far from Astarte. She is great, creating a lot of picks so far. So far, no, not a lot of picks being made by Leona in that bottom lane, and though she has made some, not all effective so far.
Okay, so we can see in the top lane, Nids has now his Morellonomicon, and Teru almost building that Rod of Ages. So pretty standard for Cho'Gath, because we know that he needs that ROA. Tankiness, additional tankiness.
Ooh, but actually, possible top lane clash here. The Rune comes up onto Nids, from Nids, and Teru is gonna go down. The Claw finishes him off, and Trace just a little bit late for that engage. We're seeing Ani actually gonna get caught out here. He is gonna be... Oh, actually, a disengage there. Oh, a possible hook! Asante lands the hook onto Arkin. He is gonna get quite low from the culling, but it barely... It almost finished him off. Arkin able to escape with the Valkyrie. Again, another on-point hook coming in that bottom lane.
Yeah, he spent his flash to escape in that bot lane engagement. And wow, I mean, great plays coming from Pacific in the bot lane. Luxuria and Astarte definitely showing us their synergy with each other in that lane.
Definitely, we were afraid of those blitz hooks early on in this game, and definitely he's showing something to be afraid of. Ooh, actually, they're unengaged onto Rebenga this time. He is going to put the stun down onto Luxuria, but Luxuria is going to survive that one. Another kill for Blitzcrank to make him 2 kills so far into this game.
So it would be better if, you know, those kills would be transferred
onto the
carries, but then...
Ooh, another possible engage here. Oni gets stunned. Oh, the ult misses from AGZY, but the ult lands onto him, and that is going to be a kill. Another kill for Oni at 30 minutes into this game.
So we can see that the last, I think, 2 or 3 clashes were in the jungle of IPT. So that means that Pacific is trying to dominate again the map, that factor won them the first game.
Yes, definitely. So much vision and picks coming in from Pacific Esports again in this game. And actually, Dragon coming up live in a bit. And the only team that does have vision once again on Dragon is Pacific Esports. And they actually secured all Dragons earlier in Game 1. So we're going to see if they actually set that trend once again in this game.
Okay, so we can see that Dragon is now live. Astarte trying to ward up the place, you know, to secure that position for Pacific to safely take that Dragon.
Yeah, actually there is a vision ward down there from IPT Blue. I think they are spotting them out here, but all members are quite far, so this could be... Oh, a teleport coming in here from Teru. He is going to try and come in with the steal. B2 actually getting really low. He is going to get taken down. Now they're focusing onto Astarte. The culling coming off. The hook lands onto AGZY. He goes down as well. The ult from Niz is going to come off. She is going to keep herself safe The knockup though coming in from Teru. Rebecca getting quite low. He goes down as well. They are focusing. Oh, it's actually a 3-for-2 now. And Astarte getting quite low. The Ignite finishes him off. Trace gets the kill, but Oni is going to get that revenge kill, barely surviving. And that is going to be definitely an exchange in favor of Pacific Esports.
Okay, we can see an instant replay here. Let's see what's happened in
Alright, so walk us through this team fight.
Okay, so we can see here that Pacific tried to start that dragon, and Batum got caught out by AGZY and Trace got that kill immediately after that. And we can see here Pacific trying to disengage. However, the top laner Nids ported in, and we can see him there in the center of the enemy lines, and he ulted himself to prevent damage and deal damage to the IPT members as well. So that was a good engagement coming from Nids, and getting caught up there. Oh, catching 3 members of IPT, which resulted to their deaths in that area. And we can see here Trace trying to deal some more damage to help his teammates.
It's actually Dragon helping it out there.
And also we can see, and
so at this point it's pretty much cleanup for Pacific Esports. Great teleport coming in from Nids. Definitely helped out with that great CC, and there, that was the kill.
Yeah.
For triple kill, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the team fight potential of Pacific right there. I mean, that Fizz just deals so much damage at this level of the game. I mean, he now has his Lich Bane as well as Fiendish Codex. I think he's gonna try to build a DFG, maybe, perhaps.
Definitely. So now they are just roaming around in this dragon. Ooh, the hook lands once again onto AGZY. The solar flare comes off. Bitum knocking up so many members, but he is going to be taken down. However, Oni is able to land that ult. He is able to take a member down as well. Pacific Esports winning the clash so far. Arkin getting really low. He's going to be finished off. Double kill onto Oni. Triple kill, actually. Teru getting quite low. The calling is going to come off, although he is going to disengage. And the quadra kill coming in. Definitely in favor of Pacific Esports, and this dragon's all free.
Another replay, so we'll see again how another dragon fight coming from both teams, and we'll see here AJZY trying to go in and CC everyone, but then he disengaged and he saw that Batum captured most of his teammates there, but Batum dropping down, and Oni just dealing so much damage. As I said earlier, he has that Lich Bane, which amplifies his damage greatly. Just cleaning up the members of IPT right there with the help of Luxuria. I started getting a bit low, but then he's not needed anymore in there because they're just trying to clean up and get that dragon. Wow, I mean, Pacific Esports' team fight potential right now is so high that they'll probably win the next clashes if the same condition persists.
Definitely. So great team fight there coming in, but now we're actually seeing a clash of Luxuria getting caught out of position. Trace is going to secure the kill there, and that's going to be it. They are going to disengage. Yeah, kill for Trace down in that river area.
Yeah, I mean, too aggressive play coming from Luxuria, having no wards and no support at all in that area, in the bot lane.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to farm, but then he got caught out.
Yeah, he was probably a bit confident there because he did just get the triple kill earlier.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually the hook from Astarte misses barely there, but we could tell IPT Blue probably a little bit scared of those hooks by now.
Yeah, definitely something to look out for because it's Astarte, and once he hooks someone, it would be Oni cleaning them up. And if Oni gets near any of the members of IPT, it would be a kill.
Definitely. So they have finished the first tower of the game, that mid-outer turret, and seems like they want this inner mid turret as well. Not sure if IPT Blue will be able to disengage, help them disengage. Ooh, the minion caught out there. But that is going to be... Ooh, the solar flare lands onto 3 members. That is going to be a knockup as well. IPT Blue winning this clash. Oni getting quite low. He isn't going to be... He has to flash out. They are going to try and finish off Astarte here. Barely alive. Ooh, Oni coming in. He's going to try to re-engage. AGZY putting down the stun. The calling comes off. He secures the kill. Oni getting really low. He's going to use the Playful Trickster, but it's nothing. He is going to go down. Arkin, though, going to go down. Double kill for Luxuria. And that is going to be actually an exchange in favor of IPT Blue.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great engage coming from IPT. I mean, AJZY with an on-point solar flare, and then Teru following it up with his Q ability, which then prolonged that airborne, and then so much CC coming from IPT, and then Rebenga just dealing damage with that E ability of his, and then Trace just cleaning up everyone in that area. I mean, that's what they need.
Yes,
they need those kinds of engagement.
So we're just gonna take a look at that replay there.
Oh, that on-point solar flare coming from AJZY, and that Q coming from Teru, and Oni trying to cancel out the damage by dealing some of his in that engagement, and oh my god, they just can't do anything about that in that stage because Oni is just one person against I think 4 persons of IPT, and Astarte couldn't do much also.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So he actually goes
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, he was trying to eliminate some more members of IPT, but then he wasn't tanky enough to endure some more damage coming from IPT.
All right, and like you said earlier, what do you think? You were discussing what does IPT Blue have to do to get back the lead in this game.
So ngayon nakita na natin yung ano niya, no? Yung kanyang potential in those team fights, and that solar flare as in coordination with Teru's Q. It could do a lot kasi in that time frame nung stun siya knock up nung skill ng dalawang yun. Arkin can deal enough damage, AoE damage to at least mapahina nila yung Pacific and take and then Trace would be cleaning people up, diba?
Alright, so we're actually seeing a push onto this top turret. That is going to be the 4th turret for them. Actually, the Sandra was pushing at the bottom as well. It seems like they're trying to trade towers here. IPT Blue pushing into that mid lane. Some of them are going to recall though. We're going to see Pacific Esports pushing into this top turret even more. The Sandra is actually also pushing into the bottom lane turret at the same time. That is 5 turrets now, and I think IPT Blue is confused on where do they go.
Yeah.
Do they go top? Do they go bottom? All towers are being pushed at the moment except for the mid lane, and Trace, without enough push potential there in that mid lane, he's going to be forced to move back, actually moving down onto Nids there in that bottom lane. Going to see if he's able to stop any kind of push. Ooh, actually the Pantheon ult is going to be used. Yes, he does land the stun onto Nids. That root is going to come down. He's trying to do the damage that he can. The ult comes down. The Frozen Doom is able to take him down. The flash actually coming in from Nids. Rebengo getting quite low. All 3 members are there, and that's going to be another kill for Oni in that bottom lane.
So I think that flash was uncalled for. I mean, he tried to go in and then he flashed away. I'm not sure what the plan was. I think he was just trying to
Make some mind games.
Yeah, but yeah, that was totally uncalled for. But then they got the kill, so still a kill is a kill.
Yeah, ooh, actually teleport coming in from Nids there. They are going to try and secure this bottom lane turret, but the knockup lands. He is going to have to pop that Zonya's. He's left alone there. The solar flare lands. The knockup as well. They're actually winning this clash right now. IPT Blue taking the kills. Oni gets quite low. He is going to go down as well. It's a 5 versus 2. Astartes and Luxuria have no choice. They're going to have to back out, and it seems like that was going to be a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of IPT Blue.
Actually, it was a 3-for-0 because they just
he got
recalled. Yeah, he got Rebenga just got out in the bot lane, and then they got 3 members of Pacific in that bot lane turret. I mean, it was a bad idea to engage in that turret, knowing that they have a Cho'Gath and they have a Leona and they have Trace, a LeBlanc. And it would be so much CC coming from IPT, and with the help of that turret, it could turn the fights around.
Definitely, a little bit of a questionable teleport coming in from this there.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to. I think he recalled because of the engagement in the bot lane against Rebenga. But then I think he canceled. Did he cancel? No, he
recalled, and then he teleported into the bottom lane right in front of IPT Blue, and the knockup landed. So that was definitely an exchange in favor of IPT Blue. Dragon once again is live, and Pacific Esports again controlling this area. So this could be a possible 3rd Dragon. It seems like it is. Although AGZY is approaching the area, Dragon going down really fast, and that is going to be a 3rd Dragon movement speed bonus for Pacific Esports.
I don't think they saw that Pacific was taking Dragon. There was no vision on that area. I think they were more concerned in the Baron area. Because that's what finished them earlier, the Baron, because of additional siege. And you can see here that they're trying to converge down in this side of the map here, trying to secure that area against them. Because if they were to capture Pacific, trying to take down Baron, it would be a huge advantage. Because of the damage that Baron deals and then the CC that IPT has, they have that. There's a chance that they could win the team fight.
Yes. Oh, but we're actually seeing IPT Blue camping a little bit there in that mid lane. I'm not sure what their plan is, but ooh, they're actually moving in now. 4 members. They have no idea what's gonna happen here. It doesn't seem like they had a ward there, and the ult is gonna come in. The solar flare, Playful Trickster dodge, but the ult coming in from B-Tomb. They are putting in IPT Blue into a bad position here. Oni gets the kill there. He is gonna try and clean up. Luxuria trying to do what he can. He actually gets the killing spree. Oni with a double kill, and it's a clean sweep. That is gonna be an ace for Pacific Esports.
Wow, no one dropped coming from Pacific right there. I mean, considering that they were engaging that turret. Okay, we can see an instant replay on what happened earlier. So we can see the solar flare coming from IPT Mist, and that Batum just catching Trace, Teru, and AJZY in that area, and then Luxuria just dealing enough damage in that outside the rim to mitigate the damage coming from IPT, and it just went all downhill from there. I mean, Fizz just trying to deal enough damage in that area. I mean, there was no contest Kasi Fizz is just dealing so much damage right now with his items, and that, wow, I mean,
That's a victory
that was a victory.
for
I mean,
Pacific Esports.
I was just explaining. I was just trying to see what happened because it was too fast, and it was a victory for Pacific Esports. I mean, they wasted no time.
Definitely.
They wasted no
So
time.
we're gonna see how Pacific Esports ended that game. They actually pushed in after that clean ace. They started moving in, although B2 actually quite low. It didn't really matter because no one was there to respond. They took down the Nexus towers. The cooldown, the timers, the death timers are actually coming up in a bit. But because of so much damage coming in from all the members, 2 members come up, not enough, and that was the game. For,
Yeah, I mean,
the second game.
20 seconds was enough time. Was enough already to finish the game. Coming from the mid lane turret, right? So wow, great game coming from Pacific and IPT Blue.
Yeah, so Pacific Esports actually dominating this best of 2. They are going to secure 2 wins out of this best of 2 to give them 3 points in the standing for this PGS Spring Season 2015. So very dominant performance there coming from Pacific Esports.
Yeah,
now
man.
we're actually going to move in to the next set, which will actually be between Naga Esports and J2 Esports Betrayal. So there is a schedule that is going to be a best of 2 once again. Second set, again J2 Esports Betrayal versus Naga Esports. So definitely an interesting matchup here. Very new teams, and this will be the first time we're going to see them in the PGS season.
Yeah.
So actually, before we get into the next set, we are going to have the long-awaited Watch and Win promo. So there you go. You guys have a chance to win 500 RP. All you have to do is wait for the Facebook post, and we're actually going to signal the post right now. We're going to ask you guys a question. You're going to wait for that Facebook post on the PGS page, and the first 5 people who comment on that question with the correct answer will win 500 RP.
Yeah,
so Kairu,
easy breezy, man.
yes. So Kairu, do the honors.
Okay, so for the question, we have which champion bought the only sweeping lens at the start of Game 2?
Again, so one more time.
Ulitin ko. Sinong champion ang siya lang yung bumili ng sweeping lens sa start of Game 2? Sinong champion yun?
Yes,
Isa lang yun eh. Isa lang. So, if you guys watch the game from start to finish, you actually start kasi so you'd know sinong champion yun. So, yeah, basically we would be posting it right now, and paunahan na lang kayo kung sino makakuha.
So check out the Pro Gaming Series Facebook page, and again the question is which champion bought the only sweeping lens at the start of Game 2? So that is your chance to win 500 RP. Probably
easy.
grab sexy legendary skin or something. It's really up to you. Give yourself a gift this Christmas season. Alright, so again, check the Pro Gaming Series, and that is...
Okay, so we have nice hoodies.
Alright, so yes,
nice hoodies.
we're gonna advertise. We'd like to thank Trippy Customs for these awesome hoodies that we're wearing right now. Do visit their page. That's www.facebook.com/trippycustoms. So again, yep, here it is. So again, do visit the Pro Gaming Series for that Watch and Win promo. We will be right back with the next set of today's games. That is going to be, again, a best of 2 between J2 Esports Betrayal and Naga Esports. Again, I am GS Amplifier.
And I'm GS Kairu.
And you're watching the PGS 2015 Spring Season. Bye.